Hello and welcome to our school at home class in English grade 7. We are in the fourth quarter of our set of lessons, and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 18. Our topic for today is composing simple informative essay. All the activities provided in this lesson will help you compose a simple informative essay. After going through this self-learning module, you are expected to, number 1. Define what is informative essay, number 2. Identify the parts of an informative essay, number 3. Follow a certain steps in composing an informative essay, and number 4. Compose a simple informative essay based on a given prompt. For a start, do the following exercise. You can pause this video if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the activity, and when you're ready to proceed with the lesson. Read each statement and then respond to the questions by encircling the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. Which stage involves rewriting your thesis statement? Is it letter A, organization, letter B, revising and editing, letter C, research, or letter D, write? Number 2. What is the difference between revising and editing? Is it letter A? Editing must be done by someone else, while revising should be done by the writer. Or letter B, revising involves rewriting sentences and paragraphs while editing means correcting grammar errors. Or is it letter C, editing means rewriting sentences and paragraphs, while revising means correcting grammar errors? Or letter D, there is no difference. Number 3. What is the correct order for the steps to write an informative essay? Letter A, research, choose a topic, write, organize, revise and edit. Letter B, choose a topic, organize, research, write, revise and edit. Letter C, choose a topic, research, organize, write, revise and edit. Or letter D, research, choose a topic, revise and edit, organize, write. Number 4. Why is an informative essay not a persuasive essay? Is it because letter A? It is written to convince. Or letter B, it is written to persuade a person to believe a certain idea. Letter C, it is written to inform but not to alter a person's point of view. Or letter D, it is written to inform and convince the reader to believe in an idea. Number 5. What is the importance of the beginning or introduction of an informative essay? Letter A, it is the summary of all the points in the essay. Letter B, it needs to present the topic and grab the reader's attention. Letter C, it restates about the seriousness of issue and summarizes the facts. Letter D, it provides all the necessary information and materials to your readers. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter B, number 2 is letter B, number 3 is letter A, number 4 is letter C, and number 5 is letter B. Previously, you have learned the features of an essay such as brevity, focused topic, specific structure, clear thesis statement, personal motivation, supported claims, evidence analysis, no mistakes, consistency and coherence. In this lesson, we will define informative essay and learn about its structure, discuss the steps on how to write an informative essay, use the different techniques to support ideas, then compose a simple informative essay based on the prompt given. Informative essay. Informative essay is based on facts, that is used mainly to educate or inform an audience about a particular topic. These types of essays must have statements and sources that are reliable to back up each claim they make. It is defined as the most basic type of essay. The goal simply is to give an explanation of the topic. It is also called an expository essay. How to write an informative essay. The aim of your informative essay is not in giving your opinion, but to inform and educate your audience on a topic given. Sometimes, informative essays are also called the expository essays, and it is not for convincing someone to change his/her beliefs. In addition, being informative, it means to be interesting. Nevertheless, you can share your thoughts concerning the issue you care about, what has surprised you and made you think about it, but not in a persuasive tone. Generally, your informative essay might 1. Inform readers about some problem they are not aware, 2. Explain its importance, 3. Present the latest research on a topic. 4. Compare viewpoints on a controversial subjects. And lastly, analyze a cause-effect relationship. Informative essay and its structure. The basic structure of an informative essay is very simple. It needs to have the beginning or introduction, the body and the conclusion. The primary, while writing an essay, is your topic presence. This topic will be the title of your work. The beginning introduction. The beginning, or introduction, needs to present the topic and grab your audience attention. It needs to include the focus sentence for the entire essay. The first paragraph starts with a general idea, compared to the thesis, and gradually gets more and more specific. Give some background information about the key words and terminology. The body. The body of your informative essay should provide all the necessary information and materials to your audience. It has to piece out fully the lack of information on this issue. Use various sources, facts and expert judgments. Make sure all your facts are accurate. Create an outline that will organize your facts in a logical way. The conclusion. As usual, move here from specific to general. You should restate about the seriousness of issue and summarize the facts for and against the main thesis of your topic. As the example of informative essay closing, you can start with the following words. However, you should never introduce some new information or ideas in the conclusion. Its main purpose is to round off your informative essay by summing up. And finally, remember that informative essay is not a persuasive essay, it should be objective and impartial. It is the best way to explain something that is complicated, in an uncomplicated way. Expert tip. According to Catherine Doyle, the University of Michigan professor and editor at Pro Essay Writer, among all hooks, try to focus on using jokes, statistics, facts, famous quotes, anecdotes, similes, and metaphors. Example, eating disorders is one of the leading killers of young girls. Introduce the topic with its background in a couple of sentences. End up with a powerful thesis statement, which points to the necessity of topic research. Do everything possible to lure the audience's interest in the initial paragraph. In an informative or explanatory essay, you give information in different forms. You can use different techniques to support your argument. For example, comparison and contrast. You can take two elements and mention their similarities and differences with facts. Then mention your own or an expert's analysis regarding the topic. The other one is cause and effect form. You can describe the cause and effect of a particular element that you are writing about. You can mention how it can have certain consequences. Another is definition form. You can mention a detailed definition of the element you are writing on. After that, you can mention descriptions and facts to support the text. Next is descriptive form. In the descriptive form, you can include detailed descriptions about the topic. You will have to mention even the smallest details about it. Another one is sequence form. In the sequence form, you have to write in a specific order. You can either discuss a process or some chain of events. And the last one is problem and solution form. In the problem and solution form, you start with the problem. You mention the issue in an introductory statement. Further, describe it a little and then you mention the possible solutions for it. 7 steps to succeed in the informative essay writing. Step 1. Choose the topic for your informative essay. Remember that the aim of informative essay is not to impose your view, but to inform and educate the audience on a topic chosen. Step 2. Create the outline that will organize your facts in a logical way. List all the questions you have about your topic and what you are going to perform. Step 3. Gather all the necessary information for the work, from at least 4 sources. Research your topic online. Find authoritative, credible sources. Analyze the facts and research details found. Step 4. The introduction. Present the topic and grab your audience attention. Give some background information about the keywords and terminology. Compare the viewpoints and facts on a controversial subject or different sources' data. Start with a general idea which gradually get more and more specific. Step 5. The body. Provide all the necessary information and materials to your target audience. Use various sources, facts and expert judgments. Make sure all your facts are accurate. Step 6. The conclusion. Restate about the seriousness of issue and summarize the facts for and against your main thesis. Never introduce some new information or ideas in the conclusion. The main purpose for your conclusion is to round off the essay by summing up. Step 7. Analyze all the work done. Think whether all the information has been provided, and if there could arise any prejudices in the audience according to the material presented. Remember this: informative essay is not a persuasive essay. It should be objective and impartial. Your writing should be both informative and interesting, without making an argument or imparting the author's viewpoint, in an uncomplicated way. Let us read the paragraph below on the benefits from exercising, then we will discuss how we can improve this informative essay. Benefits from exercising. Exercise brings about many benefits. First, it strengthens the heart. When you exercise, your heart beats faster. So there is more blood flowing in your body and your heart becomes stronger. Second, when you exercise, you forget about the sad things which are bothering you. You also relieve pressure and feel relaxed after working out. Moreover, if you exercise constantly, you become healthier and do not get sick easily. As you can see, exercise really does you good in many ways. If you are not in the habit of exercising, do it now. Then you can enjoy the benefits from exercising. For example, in writing an essay about the benefits of exercise. At first glance, the paragraph above looks like an organized piece of writing. Nevertheless, a closer look discloses a lack of logical organization in the presentation of the benefits. Both the first and the third benefits are physical benefits, and the third one is a result of the first one. It is difficult to deduce what principle of organization the writer is following. It is very possible no principle of organization was at play at all when the student was doing the writing. This is a common feature of students' writing. To help students organize their thoughts and find a logical way to categorize things and ideas, consider the following graphic organizer, which includes the three main parts of an English essay: introduction, body and conclusion. The purpose of each box is specified as shown by the diagram. If we reorganize the above paragraph about benefits from exercising using this arrangement of boxes, we get a graphic organizer as follows. As we can see from the above graphic organizer, the student did not specify the second benefit of exercise. All she did was give supporting sentences which supported feature 2, that is, benefit 2. In addition, there are no supporting sentences to support feature 3, and as mentioned earlier, there is a causal relationship between benefit 1 and benefit 3. In other words, they overlap, which violates the most important principle in categorizing characteristics of no overlapping. To make the categorization a logical one, the student must think of a principle of organization to follow first. She may focus simply on physical benefits. In this case, the benefits could be number 1, exercise strengthens the heart. Number 2, exercise fortifies the muscles. Number 3, exercise helps us to keep fit. The principle of organization is different parts of the body. Following this principle, we may derive a graphic organizer like this. The revised versions are better organized, and sound more logical, in that they follow certain principles of organization, and the benefits derived do not overlap. This example manifests the importance of an appropriate principle of organization in writing the logical division type of expository essay. Study the diagram well. At this time, you may now learn how to organize your ideas, so you can make a good and coherent paragraph of your informative essay. For the activities, please check the next video. Thank you. Read and answer the following activities carefully and honestly. You can pause this video, if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the activities, and when you're ready to proceed with the next activity. Activity number 1. Read the paragraph and then respond to the questions by writing the letter of the correct answer on your notebook. Why is it colder in the winter than in the summer? By Dr. Haney Farid, Dartmouth College. The Earth's axis of rotation is tilted relative to the Earth's path around the Sun. As a result, we are tilted towards the Sun in the summer and away from the Sun in the winter. Read on for a more detailed explanation. Fact number 1. The Earth rotates about its axis once every 24 hours. In the morning we are facing towards the Sun, and at night we are facing away from the Sun. Fact number 2. The Earth rotates around the Sun approximately every 365 days or 1 year. Fact number 3. The axis about which the Earth rotates is tilted by 23.5 degrees, relative to the Earth's path around the Sun. Shown below are two diagrams of the Earth at the same time of day. On the left it is winter, and on the right it is summer in the northern hemisphere. Notice that the same spot in the winter receives much less light than in the summer. As a result, it is colder in the winter than in the summer. Note, in this diagram, the Earth's axis is 33 degrees, instead of 23.5, so as to better illustrate the effect. Question number 1. What is the tilted relative to the Earth's path around the Sun, according to the article? Is it letter A, the Sun's position in space? Or letter B, the Sun's axis of rotation? Letter C, the Earth's axis of rotation? Or letter D, Mars's axis of rotation? Question number 2. How does the Earth's tilt in summer contrast with its tilt in the winter? Is it letter A? The Earth is tilted towards the Sun in the summer but away from the Sun in the winter. Or letter B. The Earth is tilted away from the Sun in the summer but towards the Sun in the winter. Letter C. The Earth is tilted slightly towards the Sun in the summer and much farther towards the Sun in the winter. Or letter D. The Earth is tilted slightly away from the Sun in the summer and much farther away from the Sun in the winter. Number 3. Look at the two diagrams of the Earth at the end of the article. What might the line in each diagram represent? Letter A. The Earth's axis. Letter B. The Earth's rotation. Letter C. The Earth's path around the Sun. Letter D. A place on Earth that receives less light in winter than in summer. Number 4. What is the main idea of this informative text? Is it letter A? The Earth rotates around its axis once every 24 hours. Or letter B. The Earth rotates around the Sun approximately every 365 days. Or letter C. Winter is colder than summer because Earth's axis of rotation is tilted. Or is it letter D? The axis around which the Earth rotates is tilted by 23.5 degrees relative to the Earth's path around the Sun. Question number 5. What paragraph gives the introduction of the text? Is it letter A, the first paragraph? Or letter B, the second paragraph? Or letter C, the third paragraph? Or is it letter D, the fifth paragraph? Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter C, number 2 is letter A, number 3 is letter D, number 4 is letter C, and number 5 is letter A. Activity number 2. Read the paragraph, then answer the questions that follow. Choose the letter of the correct answer by writing the letter on your notebook. Butterflies in Culture. This text is provided courtesy of Ology, the American Museum of Natural History's website for kids. Most people in Taiwan are Han Chinese. In Han culture, butterfly motifs are common in crafts, paintings, and even buildings. To understand why butterflies are such popular symbols, look at the Chinese characters for butterfly. The first character hu has a similar sound as the character fu for good fortune. This is why butterflies are symbols of good luck. The second character da has the same sound as the character da for the elders. So butterflies are often seen in artwork celebrating a long life. Butterflies carry meaning for Taiwan's indigenous groups, too. For the Rukai people, the butterfly is a symbol of swiftness when used on headdresses. It is a symbol of diligence when used on clothes. The Paiwan people use tribal beads of the swallowtail to decorate a person who is fast and nimble. And the Dao tribe believe that Magellan's iridescent birdwing represents evil spirits. Question number 1. What is one thing that butterflies are symbol of according to the people of Taiwan? Is it letter A? Butterflies are symbol of misfortune. Or letter B? Butterflies are symbol of strong character. Letter C? Butterflies are symbol of beauty and grace. Or is it letter D? Butterflies are symbol of good fortune and long life. Number 2. Butterflies can mean many different things to people in Taiwan. What statement from the text can support this conclusion? Letter A. Most people in Taiwan are Han Chinese. Letter B. Butterflies are popular symbols in Taiwan. Letter C. The butterfly is a symbol of swiftness when used on headdresses. Or letter D. Butterfly motifs are common in crafts, paintings, and even buildings. Number 3. What is the main idea of the text? Letter A. People in Taiwan are superstitious. Letter B. Most people in Taiwan are Han Chinese. Letter C. Butterflies are symbol of good fortune and long life. Or letter D. Butterflies can mean many different things to people in Taiwan. Question number 4. How does the author organize the information in this passage? Letter A. The author describes each butterfly with a symbol. Letter B. The author lists information about the types of butterflies in Taiwan. Letter C. The author describes the different kinds of butterfly and their symbols. Or letter D. The author explains why butterflies are such popular symbols of the people of Taiwan. Question number 5. What technique is used by the author in writing the text? Is it letter A? Definition. Letter B. Cause and effect. Letter C. Sequence. Or letter D. Problem and solution. Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter D, number 2 is letter C, number 3 is letter D, number 4 is letter D, and number 5 is letter A. Activity number 3. The statements below are mixed up ideas that are the skeleton of an informative essay. Arrange them into topics and details. One of them is the big idea. Arrange them on your notebook in a way that shows the structure of the ideas. Write only the letter of your answer. Follow the diagram given below. Here are the statements. Letter A. A good apology has 3 parts. Letter B. It's difficult to accept and say out loud that you hurt someone. Letter C. Apologizing opens up a conversation for the 2 people to talk. Letter D. Apologizing can be hard. Letter E. Admit what you did. Letter F. You might be scared that the other person won't accept your apology. Letter G. The importance of a good apology. Letter H. It's challenging to admit that you made a mistake. Letter I. Apologizing helps the other person know you care. Letter J. Apologizing is healing. Letter K. Explain that you understand the harm it caused. Letter L. Apologizing helps the other person know that you regret what you did. Letter M. Ask what you can do to make it better. The ideas in informative essays follow a pattern, or structure, to make it easier for the reader to follow along. The diagram shows that informative essays start with a big idea. All of the information is divided into topics, and those are shaped into paragraphs. Each paragraph has 2 to 4 details that give more information about that topic. Here are the answers. For the big idea, the answer is letter G, the importance of a good apology. For the topics, there are 3 statements. Letter A. A good apology has 3 parts. Letter C. Apologizing opens up a conversation for the 2 people to talk. And letter D. Apologizing can be hard. Each topic has 3 details. Under the first topic, the details are letter E. Admit what you did. Letter K. Explain that you understand the harm it caused. And letter M. Ask what you can do to make it better. For the second topic, which is about apologizing, opens up a conversation for the 2 people to talk. The details are, letter I. Apologizing helps the other person know you care. Letter J. Apologizing is healing. And letter L. Apologizing helps the other person know that you regret what you did. For the last topic, which is about how hard apologizing can be, the details are, letter B. It's difficult to accept and say out loud that you hurt someone. Letter F. You might be scared that the other person won't accept your apology. And letter H, it's challenging to admit that you made a mistake. For the wrap-up, write down 3 things you have remembered, 2 examples of what you have learned, and 1 question you have about the lesson. Through the years, people have polluted our environment. New inventions have changed the way we live and in return destroy our environment. Think of one invention that has had an impact towards the healing of Mother Earth. Now, write an informative essay to explain to your teacher how this invention impacts Mother Nature and to your way of life as well. Read and answer the post-test carefully and honestly. You can pause this video if you will need more time. Press play again when you're finished with the test, and when you're ready to proceed. Read the paragraph and questions, then respond by writing the letter of the correct answer on your notebook. Question number 1. What is the initial stage in writing an informative essay? Letter A. The information that gives the details of the essay. Letter B. The conclusion that provides a summary of the obtained skills and the main points listed the essay. Letter C. An introduction, which should start with the sound hook sentence to make the reader interested in what a writer plans to share. Or letter D. The body that shares some interesting facts, go into the possibly unknown details, or reflect a common knowledge in a new light to make readers intrigued. Question number 2. Which part of the essay informs the target audience about the peculiarities of the topic? Share some interesting facts, go into the possibly unknown details, or reflect a common knowledge in a new light to make readers intrigued. Is it letter A, body, letter B, hook, letter C, conclusion, or letter D, introduction? As you are listening to me, you might not think that today is the day that you will save a life. It is quite easy to save a life any day, and it only takes a little bit of your time. I'm not talking about being a paramedic or fireman, I am talking about donating blood. Question number 3. What part of an essay is the paragraph above? Is it letter A, body, letter B, hook, or letter C, conclusion, or letter D, introduction? So that now you know how easy it is to donate blood, it's time to take action. After all, you have plenty of blood, so why not share? When you do, you will feel good about yourself and you will save a life. Question number 4. What part of an essay is the paragraph above? Is it letter A, body, letter B, hook, or letter C, conclusion, or letter D, introduction? Ireland is a country steeped in history. In fact, its history dates beyond 3,000 BC, when the megalithic tombs were constructed in Newgrange. Throughout the country's expansive evolution, the Irish fought time and again to maintain their independence as a sovereign nation. Evidence of the rich history is clearly visible through its many castles, including Leyland Bridge Castle and Carlow Castle, 2 of Ireland's oldest establishments. Question number 5. What part of an essay is the paragraph above? Is it letter A, body, letter B, hook, or letter C, conclusion, or letter D, introduction? Here are the correct answers. Number 1 is letter C, number 2 is letter A, number 3 is letter D, number 4 is letter C, and number 5 is letter A. And that ends our lesson on composing simple informative essay. Congratulations for completing lesson number 18 of the 4HT quarter. Goodbye.